Well, do you all hear me? Am I live? Clearly, I'm having a problem with myself. Oh, okay. All right, good. Vivi, okay. I was in my salon. Um, Earlier, I had Roy in to help me hang a picture that went behind me. Uh, in the new, I've moved furniture around, and he thought, wow, what a great time to update her Microsoft. Never a good idea when I need to do something. But okay, let's see who's here. Oh, there's 73 here. Thank you all for coming on. Who are you talking to, Mike Stevens? Certainly not me. Oh my goodness, you guys. Thank you. Oh, geez. Okay, Vivian, you want to come on here with me? Let me see what I sent you something. Can you move to a first floor unit? It's going to get harder and harder to go up and down the stairs. Between the food pantries and your subscribers that send you food, you aren't hurting at all. Maybe you can share with your neighbors. Her answer, thanks for your concern, but I'm just fine climbing the stairs. My food is for me. I can't afford to buy food and I'm not sharing it. Well, I'm sure that lovely person, let's see, who is it? Sue Horn, 4182. I'm sure she's in the graveyard. Sue Horn, if you would like to join us here, you are welcome. So, everybody that's here, let's see. Pixie Dust, Vivat, that's it. Avalon, oh, just me. Hi, Jean. Vivian, here, do you want to come on here? Because I know last time I was at the nail salon, I was trying to connect and you had a bee in your bonnet. Let me see how I do this. Copy and paste, yes. Paste, post. Okay, there it is, Vivian. Click on if you want to come on. And hopefully Chuck will join me and Taylor will be along. I got a text from her. She's going out to dinner, so she'll be a little late. Oh, I'm sorry. I wish. See, now in the salon, I got it set up so I could check myself in a mirror before it went on. There's not a mirror in here, so I'm so sorry. I have to use the screen, but I see something wonky in my lipstick. And I never can tell that. Glenda needs a pill pantry. No kidding. No kidding. Feline High. Hi, Mike Stevens. You again. Yeah, Vivian, come on. Come on in. You're Mr. Mistopheles from Ferd Felmer days. And Larry Johnson from Deborah Joy. Well, glad to have you here. Ferd. Oh my goodness. I miss Ferd. And who is that other crazy guy that we liked? Hi, Marcia. Hi, Eddie Williams, and responding to Betty Boop. So nice to see you, Betty. Hi, Malinois, does Glenda look like someone who shares food? No, absolutely not. She is continuing to gain. You guys, I'm sorry, you are going to have to get me up to date because I quit watching her. It is so nice to not have her in my life. Hi, Sunset. But I watched a little bit. I think I watched like the last three videos. I was trying to go back, but let's see. I think I only made it. Has anyone heard from Deborah Joy? Is Deborah Joy? Is she not posting? She's still in the cottage, or did she go back on the road? She's MIA. Okay. Huh. Oh, a pill pantry. You said a diet pill pantry. Yeah, maybe she can get one of the drugs. Hey, Carla. She stood outside his cab, blabbing, her heft blocking the only lane of through traffic. Here's Vivian. Here's our Vivian. Hey, Vivian.
Hey!
Okay, so I only went back to, I saw like the last three episodes, but one was, her channel is not about, what did she say it was? Oh, Sammy, my goodness, I know your voice. I know that voice. Not about the bad and ugly. And I saw she had a picture of you in that thumbnail, barely disguised. I thought, is that what had you going? Did you even see that, Vivian?
I'm having trouble hearing you. I don't know. I have a very low reception where I am right now. That might be the problem.
Oh, okay. Well, I can send you a text too about what we're talking about. She put a picture of you in the thumbnail. Hold on, I'll send you a text. She put your picture in a thumbnail. Did you see that? Question mark.
I'm sorry. I can't. I'm going to have to go. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I can't hear anything. I wanted to come on so bad.
Well, try later. Here, I'll do. Try later. Okay. Thanks, Vivian. Well, Vivian, I hope you try later. Oh, it had Lele's photo in the thumbnail too. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Glenda stole from Alice's channel. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Glenda, I know you're here. You want to come for Vivian? You want to do that? Go ahead and try. Vivian has lots of friends, and I'm sure you are so jealous that her channel blew up. Her channel blew up. Yours died a slow death years ago. Glenda's lipstick today looked like Chuck when he portrays her. Yes, absolutely. I wonder if Chuck is here. Here, I'm going to post that again. Chuck, if you're here, come on. You know, Chuck on his worst day is prettier than Glenda. Glenda the Good clutching her book of canned prayers versus evil Lele burning in hellfire. Oh, Glenda, that just. Did Glenda really serve you with a cease and desist? No, she did not, but I would ignore a cease and desist from Glenda. So don't bother. Now, if Glenda wants to bring any sort of action against me in a court, feel free. I'll be happy to respond. Bring it. I've been begging. She's been threatening, and I've been begging. Come on, come on, come on. She says she did. Well, okay. Let's say she did. Kay, I didn't get it, but if I did, I would simply ignore it. I don't take orders from Glenda, and Glenda has no authority to tell me to cease and desist anything. Anything. She reached, oh, she did. Income just under $300 a month. Yes, she's very successful. She's very successful, y'all, in that she's working part-time. Like most of the youngsters there at the homestead, we all work. And of course, I work part-time on my YouTube channel. She made rice and beans when she receives all those groceries. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's see. We can talk about the little bit I did see is before I lost it. Okay, she was going on about the homestead. And Ray, she's going to ask Ray, her gardener there at the homestead, to trim something because Ray just is not keeping that place up to her specifications. So she's going to speak to him, and oh, she's worried about global warming. And I couldn't take it anymore. Glenda, you go do a TED Talk on global warming. And I clicked off, but not before I heard her call the liriope pampas grass. Pampas grass. And then she went to, my channel is not about the bad and ugly. Well, you could have fooled it by me because you ate 2 pizzas. You come in and you made yourself 2 pizzas. You called them little. They were personal pizzas. They were meant to be a serving for one. Many people couldn't eat a whole one. And even though you were making those, you had to add bacon and some other things you were frying up there in the bacon grease. And don't tell me you didn't add some more cheese too. And then she mentioned to when she was raising the kids, back when I was raising my kids. Now, when would that have been? When would she have been raising her kids, I wonder? Was it the years she was drug addicted? Was it when she was in prison? Was it when she was on her back for over 2 years and John had to do everything? He had to take the children to school and feed and clothe them. By her own admission, she could do nothing. She was flat on her back for 2 years, and John took care of everything. Or was it when you walked out on them, when you just left? And let's see, while you were being the last one to be picked up at closing time in the bar there at, what was that, the Ramada Inn? I think so. Yeah, your husband was raising the kids. But then there was something, she mentioned something with a truck driver. I am not familiar. You all will make me aware if I need to. Apparently there was some video with a truck driver. And she said she received thousands of beautiful comments. Thousands. Huh. You know, that'd be pretty easy to verify. might look back, or maybe one of you all have checked the truck driver video and just see how many comments there were. And however many there were, you can immediately divide that in half, because as she says, she responds to every comment. She responds to every comment, thus creating a comment. So however many there were, you can divide it by half, but it doesn't matter because she received thousands of beautiful comments. So at the very minimum, there would be 4,000 comments on that video. Is that true? You all can let me know. But still, she focused on one Debbie Downer. And she told that Debbie Downer, don't bring pain and misery to her channel, because we all know Glenda's channel is not about pain and misery. Oh, no. No. Especially not severe pain and misery, and not level 8, 9, 10 pain and misery. Misery is every moment that you're awake, Glenda. You're miserable and you spread misery. But she told that Debbie Downer before she sent her off to the graveyard that she makes more money when she has titles that have negative things and drama. And she begs for comments constantly. Y'all like, subscribe, comment. And I know you have somebody to share my content with. Well, even though she begs, she says that she is thankful that YouTube allows her to delete and block. Well, she's thankful. Oh yeah, did you go look at it, Vivian? Let her come for you. See how that works out for you, Glenda. Then let's see. The next one I saw is called "This Is What I Ate." Do we have time for that, do you think? This is what I ate. Well, that would be taking a while, wouldn't it? But of course, she was making a big old pot of beans. That's her words, big old pot. She's always making a big old pot of something. I understand she's been hitting up the food pantries again, and I haven't looked back, but let me guess. Let me be Karnak and guess. She took 3/4 of what she received at the food pantry and cooked it all up in one big old pot of slop. And here, when she was making her big old pot of beans, she was going to make it in the crock pot, but she didn't have room because she pulled out of her freezer what she was calling a ham bone. Did you guys see this? She was calling it a ham bone. The thing was bigger than her head, and she has got a tremendous head. It was like a 5-pound ham. She referred to that as a ham bone. If that is the bone from a ham that she ate, that ham had to be about the size of that thing. Remember in the Flintstones when the waitress brought that thing over and set it on Fred's car and it tipped over? Yeah, that's about how big that ham would have to be for what she was showing there as the leavings, I expect. The pastor at the food bank in Queens said people who take food that don't need it are maggots. Wow. Hey, maggot, you wouldn't get me to disagree. Mm, 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 mm. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Mitz. Oh, I guess Robert's here. Hi, Robert. Oh, let me take my glasses off. Hi, Robert. You want to come on, Robert? Come on, Robert. Come on. Everybody wants to see ya. Here it is, which reminds me, where is Chuck? Robert, text Chuck and tell him to come on. Siri, text Chuck.
What do you want to?
Are you going to come on with me? The
Send it.
No, not yet.
No problem. I won't.
Well, I just wanted to say a little bit more. Check. Okay, I'm live. Are you here? Question mark. Come on. You are wanted by the Panthers. Janice Klein, hi. Hello, Peaches. Hello, RJ Con 89. Oh, she has plenty of toilet paper, I'm sure, Carla, because she puts the word out to Will that she needs him. Now, he doesn't send the toilet paper with the instant cart. He sends her toilet paper from Amazon. And isn't that nice of him? So, Will, you better be checking in with Glenda now. She's been making a bunch of big old pots of stuff. So you better check in with her and make sure that she has plenty of TP. Will took a long break between sending food. Well, I wonder why. Could it be that Glenda was going to the food pantries and hauling home? Hey, Southern Charm. Hey, Ivy. Oh my goodness. He just sent 2 big orders. Admitted she gobbles an entire sack of Tahoe cookies in one sitting. That's over 1,000 calories. Oh my God. Each cookie is huge. Each one is huge. Now, which are the Tahoes, the white chocolate and macadamia nut? It would be hard to eat a whole one. Oh, let's see who's coming on with me. Hi there.
Hey, how are you?
Is it really Will? I think it is, isn't it? You all, I think I've seen your picture. Is that Will? How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Oh, good. I'm doing real good. So it is okay. I'm getting confirmation from the Panthers that that is indeed Will. Thank you for coming on with us. So we have been curious to answer, if you will, why you send Glenda all that food.
Mostly just because I want to.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Did it hurt your feelings when you were so careful to send her such a thoughtful shipment when she claimed she was going to go on keto and then she didn't, not even for a day?
No, it didn't hurt my feelings at all. I mean, it was still food that she ate. So,
Yeah. Yeah, well, yes, you're exactly right. But it was very thoughtful of you to make those selections that were specifically tailored to keto. She is lucky to have a supporter like you.
She is. She's very lucky to have a supporter like me.
Mhm. Yeah, and I have enjoyed in the past seeing the grocery hauls.
Well, good. I'm glad you enjoyed them.
It's I mean, it seems like you spend as much money on food for Glinda as you would for yourself.
No, I usually spend more for myself.
Oh, you do? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, just depends.
Now, what do you think about Glinda's frequenting of food pantries? Do you think that she's a candidate to go to a food pantry?
Um, I think that if someone like me is not helping her out, then she's a really good candidate to go to food pantries. But when I'm helping her out, she doesn't have to go. I actually, on this last Instacart order, um, didn't know that she was in a position where she was going to have to go to the food bank until I saw a video. So when we're chatting with each other, she never mentioned it, and I saw the video and I reached out to her and said, "Hey, looks like you got a bunch of great stuff, so let's fill in some of the gaps that you didn't get from the food pantry."
My goodness. What else? What else? So, what else do you think about Glinda?
So, just to Mike Stevens asked a question: why not send food to someone really decent and truly needy and appreciative? Glenda's not the only person that I help out from time to time with groceries or with stuff on an Amazon wish list and that sort of thing. She's one of several folks that I just keep a check on, that I've developed somewhat of a friendship with as much as you can, like when you just see each other over the internet or you just text each other kind of occasionally. But I'm, fortunate, and I can help some folks out, and I'm very proud of the fact that I'm able to do that.
Me too. Well, I understand that. I understand that you have a mission, and it doesn't surprise me at all that there are other people that you bless. But I guess we all just well, it's pretty obvious that we don't think too much of Glinda here.
Right. Yeah. And to me, I go, some of the comments I go a little extreme, but I mean, you have the right to say and feel however you want to. So I think it's interesting knowing Glenda probably in a closer way than any of you do, and then listening to the things that some of you say. Sometimes I find it sad, sometimes I find it interesting, and sometimes I just laugh at the comments that get made because it's clear that folks that are making some of the comments in the chat don't really know Glenda at all. And just a couple of questions came up. No, I'm not dating Glenda. We've never had a romantic relationship. We've never met in person. So, no, we are not dating. I am not Zeus.
And you're not going to
Never,
become the new Zeus,
and I'm not going to become the new
the
Zeus.
new soulmate.
That's not what. That's not the kind of friendship that Glenda and I have. I have talked to Zeus, so I know that Zeus is a real person. But Zeus and I are two different people.
Yeah, Zeus is a real person. He's Orlando.
I don't know who Orlando is.
Glinda's son that lives in.
Oh,
Glinda has a son that lives in Orlando,
yeah.
and
I've never talked to him, so I don't. I mean,
yeah, well, if you talk to
anything could be
Zeus,
possible.
if you talk to Zeus, you talk to him.
Okay.
And if you want to see him, you can look. There's a video where he came and made some candy when Glinda lived in a basement apartment in where was that, y'all? Was that in Valley Stream? She claimed it was in Manhasset, and she claimed that it was an apartment in Zeus's family estate in Manhasset, but actually it was a basement apartment, not so much Manhasset, and she messed up her situation there and was asked to move. But let me ask you this. What do you think when Glenda says, she has said more than once regarding her criminal history, that she's told her subscribers everything? And that's far from true. What do you think about her telling a lie like that? I think she should, if she should tell everything or don't. She didn't have to. She shouldn't have. But don't say you've told them everything when she's barely scratched the surface.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's a lie or not, because, I know what she's talked about in her videos, but we've never had an in-depth conversation, or really any conversation at all, about that, that past that she has. We've talked a little bit about the addiction that she had and that sort of thing, but to get into detail about exactly what her background is and when things happened and that sort of thing, we've never talked about that. And it's not my business unless she wants to tell me, so I've just never asked her about it.
Okay. Well, I have made it my business, and
I know,
and we all know. And if you're ever curious, all the details are on my website, glendasully.com,
okay.
or glendasullivan.com, either one. And would it surprise you that Glenda was arrested for shoplifting even after she started her channel? She was arrested for shoplifting in the place that in Asbury Park, New Jersey, very close to where she lived, after she started her channel.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, she refuses to acknowledge it. Let's see. Oh, yeah. And, we've really held it against her fundraising. After a national tragedy, she set up a fundraiser to collect for funeral expenses for some murder victims. And then she made up a story about a little old lady's quilting circle. Did you watch her video? I think it's called Getting Up Close and Personal, where she talked about the little old lady. Do you know anything about does the little old lady's quilting circle mean anything to you?
Yes, I've heard you talk about it. I haven't talked about it.
You never heard Glenda talk about it?
I think that on her videos, I've heard her talk about it, yeah. Way back when I first started watching her, which was 2 or 3 years ago. Most of that I've learned from watching you.
It doesn't exist. It never existed. And one can wonder if she wasn't doing some sort of scam, why make up a story like that? Why make up a crazy story like that? And she mentioned a specific church, and I have verified that church never had a little old ladies quilting circle. They never had anybody who is not a member in any of their groups. And then she got Alice in on this one. Alice has since retracted, and I understand she's sorry that she got involved. But then even Alice claimed that a woman called her out of the blue. Some 80-some-year-old woman called her and said, "Oh yes, she remembers Glenda from the quilting circle." It's crazy to make up a story like that.
Again, I don't know, but okay. I can't confirm that it's made up. I don't really know anything about it. I haven't asked a lot of questions. Like Glenda and the friendship that Glenda and I have has nothing to do with those kinds of things that you're talking about. And quite frankly, we all have a past, and I don't know what's in her past for sure, except the few pieces that she's told me. And I don't really care about her past unless she wants to share it with me. So I guess
That's fair enough.
we have a different relationship, I guess friendship, understanding about our friendship, than kind of letting all of that past history and the past drama. She's never even mentioned you. She's never even talked about you. Um, I only know about you from the videos from way back when.
Yeah. Well, oh, I would not
But and
expect her to mention. I certainly would not expect her to mention this channel.
Yeah, I didn't even know that this channel existed, I don't know, a year ago or so, when I just was going through YouTube and there you were. And I was like, is that the Laura? And then just started watching some of the videos, and then you started going live. I'm disappointed, however. So I have this account that I'm on, and then somebody, one of the moderators, um, decided to mute me one day so that I couldn't comment during your lives. And then so I created another one and came back in and was able to comment, but somebody
So that
didn't
really
like
was
the
you.
answers.
When
Somebody didn't Somebody
you
didn't like the answers I was giving under the second one, and that was when you were saying, "Let him be in here. You can be in here. You can comment." But then somebody else muted me, and I can't make comments on that one either. So
Oh, okay. Well we all know it now. All the moderators know. But I did know that was you all along. I knew that
you were
it
right.
wasn't
You
Will
you
that I was communicating to, but I thought it was somebody impersonating you tongue
Yep,
in cheek. But it
yep.
was you all along.
It was me all along. Under
All
both of
these
those accounts, it
yards.
was me. Yep. So
All
if
these
y'all could unmute me under both of those accounts, I'd be happy to come in and comment with y'all again. I think this is the first time I was like, when you decided that you were gonna like take a break and you were done, and you had said your piece and all of that kind of stuff. When I saw, since I subscribed to your channel, I get the notifications, and I saw that you were coming back. I was like, well, damn, I'm muted, so I can't even talk to the one that was like, yeah, you can come in and comment. So if you can have your moderators unmute those accounts, that would be great.
um I can do that.
Okay.
Uh tell me what they are. Tell me what they were.
Um, it's this one, which I think is Will_souls. And the other one is, I don't know, Will.souls or Will_underscore souls 66 or something like that.
66. Probably the year you were born.
Yep, exactly.
I know that because the men in Glenda's life are always young.
Hey, Claudia, it's Will. Will with, the Instacart Will. It's the real Instacart Will. That's why I'm here.
Yep. Oh, let me entertain the folks. Will, let me read the comments for a second.
Okay.
You must be really bored to do these videos. Is there anything in your life? Oh, sorry, you went up. Everybody makes small mistakes, but why nitpicker about them? Small mistakes. I don't consider a felony conviction, let alone multiple felony convictions, like to say, I don't know, let me just pick a number out of the air, 34. I don't think that that's a small thing. And people can say we all have a past. Yeah, we do all have a past. But many of us, most of us, our past does not include multiple arrests and convictions for stealing and other kinds of fraud. Most of us haven't left a haven't just mowed through our family and anyone we've ever known, just leave everybody mowed down because she has borrowed money and not repaid. And I mean, the lady has a real bad history. And frankly, the lady is no lady. Who am I to judge? I'm judging. But is there anything that you're curious about us here?
Who, me?
Is there anything? Oh, and I want to tell you, I'm not coming back. I miss my community, and they miss me, and so I thought I might come back from time to time, but certainly not on any schedule. And yeah, that's it.
So do you want me to go through some of the questions that have been directed to me and answer them? I'll be happy to do that.
Yeah, please.
Let's see. So a ways back, I think it was Robert asked about me being from the South but having no Southern accent. I have worked for almost 40 years in various customer-facing positions, and over time, most of my accent has gone away. So I'm not surprised to hear you question that, because I mostly don't have an accent anymore, unless I've been sipping on the adult beverage, of course.
That's interesting. Okay, now let me ask. Out here, Avalon has a question. Why do you send massive amounts of unhealthy food to a woman who is morbidly obese?
Who am I to judge what she likes to eat, right? So we collaborate on the deliveries that I give her, and then I just add some things in. I've added in things that are healthy. I've added in things that are unhealthy, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna say I will only buy you lettuce and carrots. That would be dumb of me if I really truly call her a friend and want to support her.
If she wants cookies and pies, so be it. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's also interesting that some of the questions that get asked are from people who are completely invisible, so they can't be judged while they're judging. Just saying.
That's true, but
there's no doubt.
I'm certainly not invisible, and let me tell you, she's gone over every little bit of my life since before I was born. She managed to come up. Now, this is a good one. I was not raised with my biological father. Indeed, I never knew him. He was divorced. My mother and he divorced when I was 16 months old, and she managed to find him being convicted of theft when he was a juvenile in the mid-50s before he met my mother. That is how she has dug into my past. And in fact, I found out that he died. Glenda delivered that news to me. But somehow, yeah, she turns it around to, who are you to say anything about me stealing when your own father stole?
Yeah, I don't participate in kind of that pettiness that happens in these situations. It's not my fight to fight, right? That's between you and Glenda, so y'all can fight it out amongst yourselves. I'll be at the bar having a drink.
That's right. And so, well, Glenda, a question that just went by saying, what do you think of her being arrested for DUI after her son died in an accident that she claims was caused by a drunk driver? A lot of people have a real problem with that.
I think that's, if it's true, I don't know that it's true, but if it happened, then I think that's very unfortunate. But I don't know the circumstances other than what you just said. So I really
well, the circumstances are documented in court records that are public, and the circumstances were it was about, I want to say 1:30 in the morning, something like that. And she was speeding and changing lanes when she was pulled over and then arrested for DUI. Let me see. Oh yeah, she also doxed a wonderful disabled woman. Yeah, somebody we really liked, and all that person ever did. But you know what, you all, Will isn't responsible for what Glenda does.
You're exactly right. I mean, if you want to talk about Instacart deliveries, we can talk about that all day long. But I am not in control of what happened in Glenda's past. I'm not in control of the good things or the bad things that she may have done in her life. None of that is me, right?
That's
Um,
true.
I simply have over time befriended this lady that appeared on a you may be interested list in YouTube, and it's just kind of gone from there. So
Oh
my
yeah, she's
experience
fishing
with
lots of people.
my experience with her started at a point not long ago up to now, and my experience with her has been very positive. And I would, say she is one of my friends, internet friends, right? Of which I have several.
Yeah.
But the what about when she did, and what about how do you feel about? I'm like that's not me.
That's true.
That
That's
has nothing
true.
to do with me, and it doesn't impact my friendship with Linda.
I am curious, and I think some of the other subscribers here. Well, I would say, you know what, we're called Panthers because Glenda named us that. Everything comes from Glenda. She called us the Pink Panthers. Now, I guess a lot of people here, me included, believe you enable her, but you can do that if you want. But what's your feeling? If what is your feeling about the accusation that you enable her?
I think in some ways I do, because I think that she has grown to lean on me. I will say this, however, Glenda has never asked me for anything, directly or indirectly. Glenda has never said, "Will you give me? Can I have?" That's never come from Glenda, right? So through
No,
my
because you
conversations
call
with
her and
Glenda,
say, or when you talk to her, you ask her, what would you like? She has manipulated you to the point where you're asking her what she wants.
but even to, I think it was Robert's point earlier that it had been a long while since I had given her an Instacart, right? So manipulation to me is there's an expectation every week or every month that I do something for her. And that's just not the case with Glenda and I. Like I said, she hasn't asked me for anything. Do I enable her? Yeah, I probably do. But I think that enablement really is about having a little bit of support where she doesn't have support in other places. Um, so in that case, I don't feel like I'm manipulated, because I can cut her off just like that, right? If I felt like I was being taken advantage of, manipulated, right? You have to remember, I chose Glenda, and I reached out to Glenda. Glenda didn't choose me, and Glenda didn't reach out to me. I instigated all of it, right? Um, so I do enable her because she's learned to depend on me as a friend, but she honestly, hand to God, has never asked me for anything. Everything that I've given her, I gave her because it was my suggestion. And I'm not a feeder. I don't know who asked that question earlier. I think that is a ridiculously idiotic question to ask. We all eat. Some of us eat more than others. So, like, get over yourself.
Um, Many people here are talking about, you say that you weren't manipulated, yet when there was a longer period of time than she was used to between your sending her deliveries, her response was to go back to the food pantries and make videos about how little food she had.
Yeah, but that's not the first time that she's done that either, right? You gotta remember, she is on YouTube to make videos, right? And her whole premise for as long as I've been watching her and going all the way back to the beginning when she started her channel, um, her channel has always been about just kind of documenting her life, right? So it just so happened she was at a point where she needed to go to the food pantry because she needed some food in the house. So I don't have a negative thought about that. I don't feel manipulated by the fact that she made a video about going to the food pantry as a elderly senior citizen on a very limited income trying to make ends meet. I am happy and I am proud of the fact that I can help her when she needs the help. That is what I want to do. It's not what she wants to do. It is
I
what
know.
I want to do.
I understand. I understand. I hand out money to panhandlers on the street all the time when people tell me they're just going to go buy drugs. And then the news show that they're, gangs of people that are well
Mhm.
organized and they have like 50 people living in one house and the van goes and drops them off to
Yep.
panhandle all day. But I still can't. There's some people I feel like if I drive by them, I might get in a car wreck. So I better give them some money. But
I do the
now
same thing.
they may not want it.
I keep a little stack of $5 bills in my car. If I stop at a stoplight and there's somebody with a sign, I'll give them $5. If they're going to use that to get high or get drunk, I hope it's the best high or the best drink they've ever had.
Well, I don't. I have to say I don't hope that. I always hope that it really helps. And if they're there with a dog, well,
If they're
then
there with a dog, I'm done. I'm going to give them what I have because the
absolutely,
pet. Yeah.
absolutely hope that they're gonna take care of this dog. Now, let me ask you this. I don't know if
Hey,
you'll.
hold on just a second. Avalon Dreaming, as Dr. Phil would say, what are you getting out of this? I'm getting out of this the feeling that I am doing good for someone. That's it.
I certainly believe that. There's a whole bunch of people. There was a lady that really thought she was doing good. What happened to that lady? You all help me out here. What happened to that lady that used to send her $20 twice a week in boxes of stuff? Then all of a sudden she just disappeared. She spent, she spent a lot of time putting these really careful packages together for Glenda, and she'd send money in each one. And of course, that was because she thought she was helping her. But now let me ask you this. I don't know if you'll want to answer. Don't you believe it's the responsibility of her children to help her out? And do you really believe that her daughter would let Glenda go hungry?
No, her daughter absolutely not would not let her go hungry, right? I'm a single person in a very fortunate situation. And if I can do that and spare her daughter's family having to do that, I'm happy to do that as well. That's just an extension of the good that I can provide somebody, right? So Jill would absolutely not let her go hungry. I do know that.
Of
And
course not.
Jill and her son-in-law, Jill and her husband, do help Linda out as well, right? That's just one of the things that.
I expect that. Glenda never acknowledges that.
Well, I mean, it's a family situation where things just don't need to be discussed, right? I don't care. I don't care about being discussed, right? Glenda discusses me when she does some of her cooking videos, and certainly when I do the Instacarts. God knows you people talk about me in here, right? So I don't care about being discussed. Go ahead, knock yourself out.
I'm sorry. You said I didn't hear you. You said God knows we talk about what?
God knows y'all talk about me in here.
Oh, talk about you?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I
yeah.
can see some people talking about you in the comments here, and that's
Yeah, and the interesting thing is like these comments, and this is not just the comments of today, but the comments since I started sending Glenda occasional Instacart deliveries. This is this is a master class, I think, in psychology and understanding how people act and react to other individuals, good, bad, or indifferent. When I see some of the comments, not only about Glenda and her situation, and occasionally throwing me in there, but when you're talking about good stuff that's happening with the Panthers and good things that you're talking about with you and your family, like the mood of the conversation changes so dramatically from being so kind and supportive in one conversation to really kind of off the chain in other parts of your conversation as you heard
oh,
these guys. I have always found it since I first started watching these kind of in the background. I've always found it fascinating, the dynamics of the conversation.
I there's no compunction. Glenda disgusts me, and I do despise her. I don't say that I don't
Look,
say that easily about
there's
someone. It
and
doesn't
there
come easy to me.
and there's no misunderstanding about that.
Yeah. She came for me. I made a comment on her channel. Watched her channel because it was on my feed day after day after day, and I clicked on it, watched it, and I immediately I could see the first one. Sometimes it takes people sometimes some people here it took them a while. I
Yeah,
saw she was full of shit from jump, and I made a smart aleck comment in her on her comments, and she
yeah,
set out to destroy me. My YouTube ID was my name. I didn't, that's how naive I was on YouTube. I thought, I didn't have any problem with what I said. Little did I know she would track me down. Who is this person? Where does she live? Who are her neighbors? What are her affiliations? Where does her husband work? And start a hate campaign of anonymous emails going to everybody. I mean, my brother's employer. It's just on and on. And then, later I find out there's a lot of other people that she's treated that way. That's her MO. She has, I guess that's her hobby. She doesn't
yeah,
mention that part when she talks about YouTube being such a full-time job, and she works so hard on it. She leaves out the massive amount of time she puts into having all of these identities, all of these YouTube identities, and all of the hateful, nasty things she does to mess around in people's real life. And that's just so wrong. I
and
have
it's
not,
very
I've never contacted any of Glenda's family. Of course, she has no friends. I have done anything I've done, I've said on here. I have sent letters, everyone from the housing authority to the governor of New York over her getting into that apartment under fraud. It was straight out fraud, Will. She was not even a resident of New York. She was a New Jersey resident. Legally, she did this on purpose. She renewed her driver's license in New Jersey before she left. She renewed her insurance in New Jersey before she left. She kept her identity in New Jersey, then applied for that apartment, claiming she lived with her daughter and claiming that a subscriber of hers was a former landlord in New York. So yeah, I reported it all the way. It did nothing, but I'm not unhappy that I did that.
You want me to? That again, that's you and Glenda. That has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, I know.
Hungry Children in America. This is from Ivy, and you give to her. Shaking my head. I actually do give to the Hungry Children in America and Hungry Children in my local area as well. So, no Avalon Dreaming. No, Will. I just have your number. I have no idea what that is. What is next? Will, you are a lost cause, buddy, in my opinion. All I can say is help someone else who really needs it with kids. I do. I randomly help people on
Who said that?
Eddie Williams.
Eddie, you can't. You know, there may come a time. There may come a time when you decide Glenda is no longer deserving of your help. That may happen.
Absolutely could happen. Yeah,
and
it may.
I think again, I will be Karnak. What will happen? Hellfire will rain upon you from Glenda Sully. You will instantly be her enemy, and she will try to hurt you. We've seen it happen so many times to people who supported her, and when they stop, oh, they're going to pay.
If it happens, it happens, but I'm not anticipating something like that's going to happen.
Okay, I see Taylor's here. Let me post the link for her. I don't know where Chuck is. I know Chuck would want to talk to you.
I know. I would love to talk to Chuck.
Yeah.
I loved him. It was great when he first started appearing, and then he talked about being Shirley Q. Licker. And I am a big fan of Shirley Q. Licker from back in the day. So I was so excited when I found out that's who it was. Eddie Williams, you say you're not going to stop. Well, neither are we. Okay, we live in America. Keep going, buddy. Daughter, I'm not going to answer anything about her daughter.
Siri.
Pixie Dust, where does Will get all of this money to give away? From my job. I work full-time, bonuses, all kinds of things.
Siri. Call Chuck.
Calling Chuck Nip.
Chuck Nip. I'm waiting for this new, I'm waiting for Siri to get smart this fall. Okay.
Lyle, I don't understand his thinking. You don't have to, right? That's what makes you, you, and that's what makes me, me. So, Jeannie Denault, Will, we may end up liking you. Well, I hope you do. I certainly hope that happens.
Hey, Tay-Tay. Oh,
Hey.
I don't have to add you because Chuck, where the hell are you?
I know. This is like a dream that he should be here.
Get on here right now.
I know. What's going on? Where's he at?
This may be this like once in a lifetime experience right here, once in a lifetime happening. So,
well, if Jeannie's right, you're going to end up liking me. So I may be here more often. You never know.
Hey, you can be here.
Taylor, it was Will all along.
Wow. I'm
will
so,
that,
like, I'm
the
kind
will
of,
that we blocked.
that's awesome.
Avalon, that's why I say you're either an enabler or a feeder. More power to you, girl. Think what you want to. This is America. God bless you.
Right? That's what I say too.
Will, do you recognize her mental illness? I recognize the mental illness of a lot of people, Peaches. A lot of people.
I want to tell you all right now, this is not Brad 57. I thought so. So I haven't even read it yet. I just know it's not Brad 57. I thought Glenda's
Yeah.
channel was from the beginning about surviving on Social Security. So what is she teaching? Is that the way to survive is all we need is a wheel to be our sucker? I mean, supplier. Well,
Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't seem like Brad.
Will's not the first. No, that's not. It's not Brad.
No.
Will
And
is not
if
the
I'm
first person to give to Glenda.
and if I'm a sucker for having a good heart and trying to help somebody, I will suck all day long.
Hey, listen, and I just say each your own. If that's your prerogative and what you want to do, then go for it.
Exactly. I agree with you.
I just say, because, yeah, if we start to care about you, our advice will be don't ever stop sending her this stuff.
Will, being here is your first nail in your coffin with Merle. I text her and let her know that I was doing this.
Oh, wow.
Got permission.
Yeah.
No, she hasn't responded. I just texted her and told her that I was in here. I don't need her permission for anything, right?
I'm
Why
just
she doesn't?
I am being facetious. If you've watched me for 5 minutes, you know that'll happen.
She's probably watching in the bushes anyway.
Oh, she's here.
Yeah,
Of
she's
course
here.
she's
Definitely
here.
110%.
She would be here anyway. With Will saying that, Robert, come on with us. Oh my gosh, I just realized I put Robert's picture up here. Let me get that off. I can't think straight.
I know. He's looking extra handsome for some reason.
He is a cutie, that's for sure.
He looks like, and that picture where he's leaning there, and like, is he wearing a shirt? I'm not sure.
I think he's shirtless in that picture.
You might be right.
Yeah, I don't know, but he's handsome for sure.
Okay, he's here. Yes, I welcome Merle every time I'm here. Yes, so Glenda, we know you're here anyway because you're always here. And then with Will texting you that he's going to be on, you know she's watching. Oh, and that's okay. That's okay, Glenda. Now you know some of the questions we have.
Right.
What questions do we have for Merle? Glenda, why don't you acknowledge being arrested for shoplifting in Valley Stream after you started your channel? Why don't you acknowledge that there is no Little Old Ladies Quilting Circle?
Right.
Why don't you explain yourself being arrested for DUI after you claim that your son was killed by a drunk driver? I mean, most of it, that's a horrible thing, Glenda. It's horrible. It shouldn't happen to anybody. It shouldn't happen to him. You shouldn't have to live with it. No one should, and it's horrible.
Right.
Give you license to use that, to use your grief as an excuse for your criminal behavior. You can come on if you want. You got the link there.
Sherry, I'm not going to quit sending cookies. Those cookies are delicious.
They look good. I'm trying to be good though, and not eat cookies.
Boy, your face is getting tiny. Look at your chin. Look at your jawline.
Yeah, like my face has probably lost the most weight in it. And I'm down 26 pounds since January, so we're working on it.
I found some of them, I think.
Girl, bye. That's all I got to tell you. No disrespect, Miss Laura, but girl, bye.
And I never will be, Sue. Regardless of what happens, I don't think anything will, but if something happens, I'll never be sorry that I gave to anybody that I give to.
Oh yeah, I didn't get to say hi to Crazy Horse, but I saw her. Hi, Crazy Horse.
Oh, it's great. Crazy Horse here. Hi, Crazy Horse.
Yeah, I saw her comment. She's one of my faves, so I always want to make sure I say hi to her. Oh, thank you, Mitz, and thank you, Jean. Or Jean.
Jean. That's how
Chuck says
it. And Chuck identifies as a Jewish French Canadian.
doot doot.
I've been to the site, Vivian.
What site?
GlendaSully.com.
Oh, you have been there? Okay, good. Good. I'm glad you
Hey,
have.
at least he's taken the steps though to inform himself. I can at least respect that.
That I have, thank you.
Yep.
Will drew me out. I couldn't stop myself. Will, her channel is about surviving on Social Security. She is clearly not. If she needs your help, fact is she does not need your help. I still say that's not Brad.
I don't think it is either.
And you know, I respect that you feel that way, Brad. If you look at the situation she was in when she started her channel and the situation that she's in now, there is a huge difference. YouTube is the biggest reason for that difference, and I'm just one of the supporting factors in that.
Right.
But it's not going to stop me.
No, you don't. Oh, wait. He does have a wrench. Hey, Brad.
Hey, Brad.
Thank you, Crazy Horse.
Rebecca, you're right. We do connect on a few different levels.
I don't know. Whenever I first watched her many moons ago, I believed her for about 3 months, and then that was it. And then I started looking into this side of it, and it all started to make sense.
I don't know. I'm glad. I'll take that back. Before I even say it, I started to say that I'm glad I don't wake up with everything Glenda has on her plate every day. But she wakes up just fine. Nothing bothers that woman. Now, I also think that she disrespects the food you send her because the woman cannot cook. And she massacres most of the meat you send her.
She does.
I mean, you'll send her a marinated pork loin and she'll cook it for an hour and 15 minutes.
So, Vivian, not the new Alice, not at all the new Alice. And so, in terms of her cooking, so I will say this: having grown up in the deep South as well, I see a lot of how she cooks in the way my mother and my grandmothers and my aunts cooked out in the country. I see a lot of similarities there. There are some things that she does that I'm like, oh, that's different. That's interesting. But I think a lot
Did
of the
your
stuff that
mother
she
and your
makes,
grandmother and your aunt put decent meals on the table? Even if,
yes,
let's say they weren't delicious, were they
yes,
decent?
yes.
I don't see that. I can't imagine what those similarities might be. I cannot.
Yeah, I can't either.
When she's creating like a big pot of
Something.
miscellaneous things that she puts in, right? But if she does, like she does the stew beef and that sort of thing, and she makes a meal out of it, like all of those types of things, yes. But some of the like one pot things that she does, some of them I'm like, eh. Some of them I'm like, oh, that looks really good. I think I would enjoy trying that. But to each his own in terms of how they cook and what they make and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I
So
was gonna say both of my grandmas were from like the old age, and they, cooked way better than her.
Well,
um,
I can promise you, Will, you would love to be at my table. I
I
can
would. I'm sure I would.
I would love to be at your table too.
I
Yeah,
can cook.
I know. I'm pretty sure, Laura, that you could throw one hell of a dinner party.
I have another channel that I cook on sometimes.
Oh, I didn't know that. So,
Yes.
Robert, you asked a question. How long have I been around? Um, so it was during the pandemic that I ran across, and I think I got connected to Glenda's channel from Deborah Joy, from watching Deborah Joy's channel, and Deborah Joy mentioned her, something like that. So that's how that happened. So that must have been, I don't know, like 2020 ish, 2021, somewhere around there. It's been a few years. It's not like I just found her yesterday.
Good night, Jean.
Good night, Jean. We need to talk on the phone sometime soon. I love talking to. She's got to call me though because she has free international and I don't. Oh, speaking of international, I want to shout out to Jules if she watches this. And
Oh, Jules.
it's past her bedtime for the live, but maybe she'll watch the replay. And Jules, I put a message on your channel, and I'm gonna send you an email. I would love it if you would come on, and we can do one earlier in the day to fit your time schedule because 7 o'clock Eastern is too late for England.
Oh my
But
God.
I want her to come, and I promised I would wear my Bimbo Bingo T-shirt because I got one.
I want to get one. I absolutely love her channel. I laugh so hard at her.
Mitzi, Will, if you send me an Instacart, you will be loved and accepted. Well, that's wonderful, Mitzi. Why don't you reach out to me and we'll see what we can do. Will, are you concerned that someone who can't afford to will follow your example and contribute to support Glenda? I don't have any control over that, so no, I'm not concerned about it. People do what they do. Will, are you gay? Actually, I'm pansexual.
Nothing wrong with that. Each their own.
Nothing wrong with that. However, I don't know what that means. I'm thinking
doesn't that
mean that you're
pandemic? It means
the,
you go across continents because I'm just thinking of pandemic.
No, pansexual means that you are attracted to a person, their heart, their mind, their soul, and then they come with whatever equipment they have downstairs. So,
well, and especially these days. Well, we won't someday with the tribe here. I'd like to get into that. I am well and truly fed up with this not wanting to choose a gender all of a sudden. It seems like that's in vogue.
It is.
I don't know.
it is. It's interesting how that kind of plays out in the LGBTQIA plus community,
And you're supposed to
and of course the rest of the world as well. So it would be an interesting conversation to have for sure.
referring to people as they. The thing, I mean, come on. I'd say pick a gender. Understand completely being born in the wrong gender. I understand transsexual absolutely, and I believe people are born. However they're born that way. But I just can't imagine being part of a society and not being able to choose what gender you want, especially if you were happy with one. I'm thinking of Brad Pitt's daughter, Shiloh, who is now a they. Yes, she did. Here's another really nasty thing Glenda does, Will, is she creates, if she gets upset with somebody, she creates another account with their name and start doing all these horrible things with their name.
Wow.
Avalon, did Brad answer the question you asked? Well, I have to say, Will, you're a real sport for coming on, and I'm really surprised that it was you all along. I thought it was somebody that was friendly to this channel that had created your name, and because
I told you it was me.
yes, I mean yes, I just really didn't think he'd be here, but I could tell from the comments this was whoever this was. This is not my enemy, and let him be.
Yeah.
And remember one time I said, is this Will or is this my Will? Do you remember that?
I do.
And you said it's your Will.
Yep.
See, I thought that was code that we were saying you're not Will, right? But you're somebody I know.
Rebecca, why did Will come on here? Appears he's just loving the validation he's getting for sending Glenda and all the hungry kids so much food. I don't require validation, Rebecca. I think that's an interesting thought process on your part. But I came on here because I have been talked about quite a bit. And I was like, you know what? There's the link. Why not click on it?
Yeah, that's right. That because if you've got nothing to hide, and obviously if you're here, I'm glad you came on, because if you were here, that means you're watching our channel. And I want to, June 27 says this is going to trigger Glenda big time.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if a video is made tomorrow, quite honestly, about this whole thing.
I don't think it's going to happen that way. If it does,
I don't
it
think
does.
yeah, I don't think
I'm not worried. I'm not worried about what might happen tomorrow or next week or later today. I'm living in this moment, and I'm enjoying the conversation with all of you. I enjoy my conversation with Glenda, and there's absolutely no reason that the two can't exist at the same time.
Right.
We have said that. We have said that before. We have invited people to come on here and defend Glenda or tell us what you think of Glenda, and you're the only one that's taken us up on it. Now we do have plenty of people that Glenda has cast aside that show up here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is that the right Avalon? Is that the correct answer? I hope it is, Brad. Will, you're not familiar with Brad, probably, or are you? Do you
No.
remember Brad?
I don't.
Brad is a real friend of the channel for a long time, and I did something. I know it's me, Brad. If that's you, I know it's me, and you can tell me. You know, it's okay. Send me an email. Tell me what what it was, whatever it is. I can guarantee you, you're right, and I own it. But I would like to know what it was. Oh, and I would love to know what I did to run Alan Elder off. Man, she's from the very beginning.
Yeah, I wonder where she's been also.
Well, no, she left deliberately, and she won't because I sent her because we used to email all the time, and then you know when I noticed she wasn't around, I emailed her and she didn't answer, and then I figured out she's ghosted us on purpose. And I sent an email. I said, "Will you just tell me?" I said, "I understand if you let you. We just let me know if you're okay." And she sent back a 2-word reply: "I'm okay." So I'm glad she's okay. And clearly, I may have said something about January 6th. I may have, and you know, you can't say anything in mixed company. Mixed company, that I mean, me and anybody else. Oh, I just hate that this country is really divided,
Right.
and people are talk about triggered.
Right.
But
Sherry.
clearly that has nothing to do with this channel because it's about Glenda Sullivan, and Glenda Sullivan cannot vote, being a convicted felon and all.
Sherry, what are your future plans for Glenda? Glenda's an adult. I don't have plans for Glenda, right? Glenda does her own thing. So I'm not sure what that question means. I don't have any personal plans with Glenda except to continue to grow our friendship. And what her future plans are, quite frankly, I don't know.
Well, I happen to think the longer you have communication with Glenda, the better. She has a veneer up now for you, but I believe she won't be able to keep it up. It will slip. That's my point.
All friends have cracks in a relationship from time to time, right? I mean, I think we have the kind of friendship where this is not going to impact her and it's not going to impact our friendship, but I don't know that for sure. I certainly hope that it doesn't.
So it wouldn't cross your mind that she's just using you.
Anything crosses my mind. I'm a fully functioning, got a good head on my shoulders, full grown adult. So it crosses my mind with the same people that I give the $5 bill to at the stop sign, or the lady holding the baby in the parking lot at the grocery store to give her some money to buy milk for the baby. It always crosses my mind anytime I help anybody that I help that it may not always end in a good way. And that's just life. It's just the way things happen.
Right.
But I still don't think it's going to happen. Peaches, good question. Do you ever give her advice and does she take it? Our friendship is like any other friendship. You give advice and the friend takes it or they don't, right? We all experience situations where we give our friends advice and our friends don't take it. And they make huge mistakes and they don't take our advice and they end up being wonderful because they made the right decision by not listening to us, right? None of us are perfect and we all make decisions, whether those end up being good decisions or bad decisions. Glenda's not any different. I'm not any different.
You're saying that she has not taken your advice on anything?
I think that she's taken my advice on stuff and then she's not taken my advice on stuff. It's like any other friendship, right? We listen to our friends, but we don't always do what they say.
I feel like she would never take anyone's advice.
She does.
Personally.
She does, right? And you got to remember, just like this channel, that channel that you see is really about, this much of her life, because she doesn't share everything. But since we're friends, I know more about her than she would ever show on a channel like this, right? She shows the real parts of the life that she wants to show, right? But nobody shows their entire life, whether it's on YouTube or whether it's on Reddit or Snapchat or any of the social media platforms. You don't see a full complete, you don't even see a full complete life of reality TV shows, right? You see
Right.
snippets of people. So you don't know what actually is happening.
But I wonder, for instance, I just wonder if Glenda was still using narcotics, if that's something she'd share with you or not. And you don't know, or you may know, but you only know if she's doing it. If she's never shared that with you, you don't know.
I have never had the impression that she was under the influence of anything. I will say that in my personal experience outside of Glenda, I have had friends that were using and I didn't know that they were using. So, we're talking about human beings here. Anything is possible.
Glenda has never, I assume Glenda's never sounded intoxicated on the telephone with you?
No, she hasn't. She absolutely has not, ever.
Well, you'd probably be able to tell.
Yep. Rebecca, why not send the food anonymously? I had to befriend her to get her address to be able to send it. Otherwise, what I do, just send it to the state of New York and hope it gets there? That's kind of a silly question, right?
Yeah, but you don't even get a deduction for it.
What kind of deduction?
A tax deduction as a charitable donation, even though Glenda does, in fact, call gifts made to her donations.
Right.
But the social media, yeah, but the social media platforms call them donations. Like Glenda didn't coin that phrase, right? You make donations on all of social media. Have you been on Reddit, for God's sakes? Everybody on there needs something. Everybody is homeless, drug addicted, baby ain't got no milk, ain't got no groceries in the house. Every story that you've ever heard times 100 is what you'll find on Reddit.
Right. Now, I don't go there. The only experience I have with it is like if I do a Google search on something specific, sometimes posts from Reddit will come up, and it's never looked like anything I wanted to explore.
Yeah, let me clarify. I'm talking about, I meant to say TikTok, not Reddit.
Oh,
but
TikTok.
then Reddit pages get created for the people that are begging, e-begging, and that sort of thing.
Right.
So yeah, yes, Glenda calls them donations, but every other person that's asking for help on any social media platform that I scroll through calls them donations as well.
Will, I have a question to ask you. I'm raising my hand like it's class over here. Don't mind me.
Yes, Taylor, next. You may go next.
Okay.
So I was wondering, how do you feel about the fact that she still goes to the food pantry whenever you send her like a lot of Instacart orders?
You have to think about the timing of that. I don't care. Right? I just don't care. But there is a timing thing that you have to look at as well, right? She doesn't always post a video on the same day that something happens, right? So
I don't know if I see that, but okay, go ahead.
It's true. It's true. Go back and start looking at some stuff, right? There's some, anyway. But it was, and we talked about this, I think, before you joined us, Taylor. In this last round of Instacart order that I did for her, I noticed in the food pantry video that she had gotten a lot of great, produce and fresh fruits and vegetables and milk and, kind of all of those good fresh things.
Wow.
But she didn't get she didn't get a lot of protein. She didn't get a lot of meat. She got like a can of tuna and a bag of catfish fillets or something from the food pantry. And I sent her a text and said, that was a great haul. You got a lot of produce. Let me fill it in with some protein for you. And then of course I always add stuff, right? So we talk about the things that she would like to have. Sometimes they have what she wants, sometimes they don't. And then I just throw in some extra stuff, and I'm just scrolling through Instacart, and I go, "Oh, she probably like that," and just add it to the cart. So the fact that she gets Instacart deliveries from me, the fact that she occasionally goes to food pantries doesn't bother me at all.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering what your input on that was.
B-Boys Graham, but frickin' steaks. So those are 2 4-ounce fillets that she got from Aldi, which is not filet mignon. And those 2 fillets cost $7. So yeah, freaking steaks. And they're delicious.
Oh. What does Marilyn have to say? So I'm going to cover your chin for a second. I'm normally a silent panther. After listening to Will, who says he knows Big Merle more than all of us do, tell us one thing we don't know that might sway our opinion. Yeah, what? Tell us. Yeah, do you see any good in her? You must.
Yeah,
You must see some good in her.
absolutely. I see good in her. Otherwise, I wouldn't
Do
be her
tell.
friend, and I wouldn't be giving her the things that I give her. Right?
Okay. Yeah,
Glenda
enlighten
has.
me.
So Laura, you're never going to like her. So no matter what I
I
say,
seriously can't
no
see
matter
any good
no,
in her.
but no matter what I say, you're going to go, Will, you're full of shit.
No, it would surprise me. I might just
will.
think that it was anything.
You're
Seriously,
but
hand
you're
to God,
disgusting
I cannot see any good in her when I'm looking for it. Help me out.
because you don't have access to her like I do, and you don't
I
know her
know.
on the same
So
level.
that was the question
Your
is to
entire
tell us one thing.
your entire world as it pertains to Glenda is about hate and retribution.
No.
Okay. I don't
It
think
is.
I
It
don't
is
think
on
it
both.
is.
It is on both sides. Otherwise, you wouldn't spend the amount of time and energy that you've spent going after each other and
Can I
looking at each other's
interject real
backgrounds.
quick?
Hold on, Taylor.
Okay.
And really trying to, throw the daggers at each other the way y'all have. You're never going to be friends. You're never going to like each other. You're always going to hate the sight of each other. And that's just the way life works out sometimes. My experience with Glenda is that she does have a very good heart. And she is doing things in the community that helps others in that complex that she lives in.
Oh, come
Um,
on.
you asked me, so I'm telling you. So
This
back
is something.
off.
This is something that she's told you. Of
Let,
course, you've never
let,
seen any.
well,
Believe me,
no,
how she needs
no.
content so badly. If she was doing one good thing in that community, she would film it and it would be up on her YouTube channel.
And you've told me that you're a good person, but I've never seen you be a good person,
No,
right? It's the same
I'm
thing.
not trying to convince you either.
It's the same thing, though. That's my point, right? I know what you have said to me personally today in the chats where you've been like, yeah, let him in, let him say whatever, I don't care, right? So I go, seems like a pretty good lady to me. My experience with you is this big, personally,
Yeah.
right? My experience with Glenda is this big. Where's the camera? This big, personally.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't spent time with her. I haven't broken bread with her.
I
I've talked to
understand
her
all
on the
that.
phone.
The
I've spent a
question
lot of
was,
time texting. So my experience with her is exactly as I said. She has a good heart and she's doing good things for the people in her community. That's my experience with Glenda based on what she's told me about things that she has done.
are they secret or do you feel like you can share them with us? That was the question.
That's Glenda,
tell
but
us
that's
one
all
thing.
that. That's
Give us one
Glenda's business.
example.
That's Glenda's business to share. It's not my business to
Okay.
share.
Yeah.
I am here to talk about what I know, what I have seen, and what I feel about everything, right? About both sides of this coin. I'm not here to go, Laura's a good person, Laura's a bad person. I'm not here to bash anybody. I'm not here to go, Glenda's a bad person and join the Panther train. I mean, I'm just not going to do that kind of thing. I'm here to go, my experience with Glenda is very different than anything that I've seen from anybody else, right? So there are good sides and there are bad sides to every single human being, including everyone that is in this chat right now. Every one of us are good in ways, every one of us are bad in ways. You're not any different, I'm not any different, Glenda's not any different.
Oh, oh no. Glenda's very, very different. Many of us, maybe we have some things in our past that we're not proud of that we would like to redo. But as I've said before, very few of us have a public criminal record like she does. And
you don't know
puts
that.
her ass on the channel every time she makes a video. It's not a secret.
You don't know which Panthers have a criminal background and which ones don't either.
That's true. That's true.
Right? The only difference is it's public knowledge with Glenda.
I think if there was anybody here that had a criminal background, Glenda would have already let us know because she has doxed everyone she possibly can. But of course, she wouldn't let us know as Glenda Sully. She would let us know under one of her various and sundry other nasty little incarnations that she has on YouTube.
Anything's possible, right, Laura?
Oh, and here Peaches has it. We have friends in real life.
Hi,
Glenda
Robin. Good to see you.
Glenda has no friends. What do you think about that? Glenda has no friends. She'll admit it. In fact, she said before that she doesn't want friends in real life. Don't you find that odd?
Oh no, I have friends who want a very small circle. I want a very small circle.
But you do have a circle.
I've never heard Glenda say that she doesn't want friends. But I mean, you'd have to ask her about all that. I know that Glenda has one friend, and that's me.
But not a friend in real life.
Well, we're both real and we're both living, so we are real life. We're just not face to face. We're just not face to face. You can still be friends.
Exactly what I'm talking about.
That's what I just said.
Taylor and I are friends.
We
but
are
not. I can't call up Taylor and say, "Hey, come on over."
Right. I mean, I would love to. I would try to get
that's exactly what I said, right? I said we're not face to face friends, but we're still friends.
And I'm gonna make a prediction: you never will be.
What, face to face friends?
With Glenda, you will never go to.
We may not.
You will never go to the Loveless Cafe with her. And
we may not, and that's okay. It doesn't. We don't have to see each other face to face for us to be friends.
This June 27, yeah, she does. That's what we're talking about. She turns on people when they quit supporting her. Yeah, we already said that. Oh yeah, she says she hates Starbucks. She got a gift card and said she loves Starbucks. Well, Will, I appreciate you coming on with us. I'm gonna let you go, and I hope you'll come on again.
I will. And yes. Doggone it, have somebody unmute me so that I can chat with y'all.
You can't chat in the comments now? You can be here now and you can't chat in the comments?
I don't think so. Let me try. Can y'all see that?
No.
What is the handle that you're doing that you're doing that on?
It's Will Souls.
Just one L, right?
Yeah, WIL_SOLES.
Okay, I'll go through. I can't do it now because it's real difficult for me to go. I have to really concentrate to go into the part of StreamYard where I can undo you, but I will do that. So
All right, makes
in the
sense.
future, next time I'm on, I don't know when that'll be, but it'll probably happen in a month or so. And I'll let's see, how will I let you know?
I'm subscribed, so I'll get a notice that you're doing it.
Okay. Thanks
All right,
very
take
much.
care.
Thanks
Yeah,
very much, Will. Bye. Bye. All right. So what do you know? That was him all along. Yes, she made a video why I am not friends with my neighbors, and she shouldn't want to be friends with her neighbors.
I was gonna say something is that I don't think you say hateful things about her, in my personal opinion. I think that you say some hateful things, but like
that are the truth.
Yeah, but and that's what I was about to say is that you basically take what she presents us with and just kind of like repeat it and have evidence to back it up. So I don't really think that you say like hateful things, if you get what I'm saying.
That all Lele ever did is review Glenda's own videos and repeat what Glenda said.
Yeah,
that is all Lele ever did.
Yeah.
And boy, she really had it in for that lady.
I know, right? But yeah, that's what I was about to say that I don't think you say hateful things. You basically just reinstate the truth.
Well, that's nice of you to say, Taylor.
You're welcome.
I'll start. I'll say something really hateful about her before I go. let me think. Oh my God, what? There's so much to choose from. I did too, Mike. We all did. Yes, she's a bigot. She's a racist. She absolutely is. And you know what, Robert, and I would tell you all, if I would have known 1/10 of what I know now about YouTube, I would have gotten dumpster diving by the sea back. And she never would have been able, because I lost it over her making fake copyright claims. See, the reason she can't do that anymore is because when anybody claims that, first of all, you throw up a YouTube video, you can't copyright it. Unless you sing a song, is some sort of your intellectual property you're giving away or something. But just just the crap that Glenda spews, that's not copyrighted.
No.
When you claim it's copyrighted, you're not talking to a person. It's just bots that do all this, just the system. She goes in and says she claims it's copyright. Well, the first thing YouTube does is take it down, because they're not going to have copyrighted material up.
Right.
So the person who put it up has to file this counter notification that says it's not, or even if it is, I'm using it under fair use. I've transformed it. I'm not just, putting her video out there. I'm putting a part of it and making an opinion on it. And then what YouTube did, once you file that counter notification that says it's not copyrighted, then the person who originally said it is has to sue you. They have to send YouTube proof that they filed a suit against you for copyright. Otherwise, it goes back up. So see, that's why, and that's how in the past she's gotten my channel taken down, and I've gotten it back. And I would have gotten dumpster diving by the sea back if I would have known. And you know what? It may still be possible. I've just never spent the time to do it. But some night when I have insomnia, who knows? I might dig into that. Well, Rebecca, what you're saying is true, but Glinda is really the one that made the will public.
Yeah.
Now he wasn't he wasn't coming on YouTube tooting his horn that about it. Glinda was the one who said, "Oh, she just loves that." Oh, I forgot to ask, and Will, next time you come on, you tell us this, because Glinda has I wouldn't ask anybody about their religious beliefs, but Glinda has identified you as a Christian man. Over and over again, you are a lovely Christian man. I want to know what is your opinion, and I know you have one, about the way Glinda refers to Christianity in her channel, prayer request, etc. This woman, the only time she has ever been to church is when she was on probation. Now, I'll tell you this. I don't claim to be a Christian. I've never been. I've never claimed to be a Christian on YouTube.
Right.
But I'll tell you this. I've been to church, and I was given a foundation as a child. I was given a Christian foundation. And there's certain things I know. Like, I know how to pray. I know you don't just ask. You're supposed to thank God. You should thank God
Right.
for. I've tried to teach Glinda how to pray, but some people just can't learn. They're just too
Right.
stupid.
You can't teach an old dog new tricks. Hate to say it.
And you have to have, really, to teach somebody anything, they have to have a certain aptitude.
And they have to be open-minded, and she is not open-minded by any means.
She's right. She's right. She'll do. And in fact, she changed it, but once she put up a video about me, and she claimed that I said I was an atheist. Now, even if I did, and I did not, but what if I did? Why would she do that? This self-professed atheist said this. Why would she be calling out somebody? Who is she to do that?
I don't know.
Oh, no, she does not. Clearly, she does not love Muslims and Jews, or even have any room that they exist.
I'm really shocked, just like at the fact that she has the audacity to like dox her whole family, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Yes, this is where she went to church, Carla, when she was on probation, and this is where a church member there took her in. She knew she was a thief. This lady knew she was a thief, but she took Glinda in and hired her to work in her house. And what did Glinda do? Glinda went through everything she had when she wasn't there, and then made videos making fun of this woman, using her first name, telling about her collections of dolls, etc. Whatever. Just Glinda isn't ashamed at all that she went through all the woman's belongings while she wasn't there. Nor is she, just like she went through the doctor's possessions. She went into the doctor's computer, basically broke into his computer.
Yeah, she
and read his emails.
Went into Jill's room or Jill's closet and just like showed everything in there.
Oh yeah. Here's all my daughter's nasty little costumes that she uses when she and Hootenanny go to events.
Good Lord. Yeah, what does Will think of that? We
He
didn't.
requires toothbrush to clean his toilet. Yes. Now,
Did
Will,
somebody ask that? Because I only got to catch the latter part of that.
yeah, no, we didn't. Mike, I want you to bring that up next time.
Yes, please do.
Hey, Crazy Horse, what are you doing? You would leave the Christian questions out. You mean when I'm questioning Will? No, the only reason I did it is because Glenda has identified, doxed him, if you will, as a Christian man.
Yeah.
Well, clearly she knows this from their friendship, online friendship from talking and texting and such. She wouldn't just guess. She wouldn't just say it, and she wouldn't be so emphatic about him being Christian had they not discussed it. So they probably discussed their mutual Christianity. That would be interesting.
I know.
Yes.
God forbid that she has to do something.
She has to fold the laundry. Yeah. And that's exactly how she says it. Like all the employers she had where she was hired to clean their house, when she talks about stuff, and I had to do this and I had to do that. And
Well,
I
that's
had
part
to
of
do
your
that.
job.
I know. And then one of the ladies she worked for asked her, they went somewhere and they asked Glenda if she would like to go on a working vacation. Now, what do you think that means when they take the maid and babysitter on a working vacation? It means, do you want to come with us and we will pay you? You will continue to get your salary in a different place. And when you're off, your time is your own in this place, but you will be working just like you work in this house, only somewhere else.
I'd
And then
go on a working vacation. Shoot.
yeah, exactly. But Glenda she couldn't believe. She said it was all work and no vacation. I had to do this and I had to do that. She thought, hey, yeah, I'm just going on vacation with the family. And then she says, and they never invited me to have dinner with them. Yeah. Not everybody invites the maid to have dinner with them. Some people do. I never recalled the Baxters asking Hazel to sit down at the table. And they loved her. I know that's too old of a reference for you, Tay.
It's okay.
Hazel, yeah. Yeah, Donna, that is true. That is true. Oops, sorry. I didn't know. Taylor's doing that. Oh God, let me take that job from me.
I think I hit that one on accident.
Yeah. Okay, here I'll say Crazy Horse.
Yeah, there you go.
I think I certainly think that's true.
I didn't even know I could hit comments until tonight. So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, you see, you come on. You didn't go in the green room and I added you. You could just come right on.
Hey.
Just pop right on. Because it's Taylor's channel now. She can have a live whenever she wants. You have a live and invite me on.
Yes, I'm going to. I have one planned. I just need to execute it. That's all.
Yeah. She had to clean up the toddler's explosive diarrhea.
Good God.
Yeah. That happens. Babies poop their diaper.
They do.
Uh-huh. I'm sure just because you didn't clean your own children's, you had John for that.
Right.
Mitt says, I'm sure she prays for Will. Oh, if it was in the Bible that everyone you say you are praying for someone and then you don't, you have to spend that many days in hell, people would stop being fake.
Right. Hey, next time, let me know ahead of time if Mr. Wheel is going to come up, because I'll come up with questions.
Yeah, okay. We'll put him down because he said he'll come back. It
Yeah.
was the big surprise. Yes, June, I do wish Chuck had been here. And Chuck,
Oh, yeah.
you're really
Miss you.
pissing me off, buddy. Absolutely. Pray, yeah. Glenda prays in different ways, different meanings of the word. Well, you guys, I'm hungry. You've already gone out to dinner.
Yeah, we went out. We usually go out for Mexican food on Thursday nights, so
I love
it was good. I had carnitas. They were really good.
I even quit making it. I used to make Mexican food, and I used to make enchiladas. No, I make vegetables now, an occasional piece of fish, and I cannot lose a pound. I really cannot. And I know the reason is I'm going to have to. I cannot eat any less. I can't eat any less. I have just got to move my body, and I refuse.
You know, something like Pilates or yoga would probably help you with all your different like ailments that you have going on.
It is. I would love to.
And that would get your body moving, at least like somewhat.
I need to go over here now to the fitness center that's in the club here, in the country club that we live on and belong to. They have a fitness center, and on Mondays they have a class called dynamic mobility.
Yeah.
And I need to just quit talking about this, but I will not go to the class until I have. You can hire the trainers for personal training. The class is free to members, but like if you want a trainer, like if you go to the gym, if you want a trainer to help you, you got to pay for that.
Right.
I need to pay for a trainer to teach me, give me a private dynamic mobility class so I can see if it's something I can do. Because basically, I don't want to go over there and make an ass of myself in front of, people I know.
All right. So Miss Mitz asked me a question, so I'm going to go ahead and answer it real quick. All right. So pretty much all that I'm doing is I get like 15,000 steps a day at work. I kid you not. With all the lifting and walking around to like the different departments to get stuff, I get like 15,000 steps a day. So really the only time I go to the gym is my days off, just to kind of keep up the activity. I don't drink caffeine anymore. I've converted to decaf coffee. I don't drink alcohol anymore. I've pretty much cut out soda for the most part. I might have an occasional just like diet Sprite, but that's it. I drink mostly water and just don't eat a lot of junk. That's pretty much all I'm doing.
I mean it. Your jawline is really defined.
Oh, thank you. No, I quit taking Contrave probably like 4 months ago. It just wasn't doing anything for me.
Was that a shot or was that
It's
a pill?
It's a pill. It's a medication, a pill.
I'm still taking the Manjaro. I haven't lost a pound. It's because
yeah.
I just don't move. Okay, I'll tell you guys. Yeah, you guys are young and you should do it. But when I was much younger, I quit caffeine and I had a book that told me, it was like, I think it was called the 21 Day Detox. And basically, for 21 days, you were supposed to, and this is when I was probably, in my 40s, and I was still moving every day. I was still working. And,
Yeah.
but so no, it was like, every day you did something every day. And then you kept building on these things and a lot, like really close into it, maybe within the first week or the second week, it was quitting caffeine. And I knew all about it, I told you how, and yes, I did get the headache. I had to be ready with the aspirin and got through that.
I wasn't feeling well for like the first probably week or two quitting that.
Okay. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
See, I got through it all and I did it because I thought I'm doing the right thing. And then I went to, I was going to this woman doctor. I loved her. And I told her that I quit caffeine, thinking, oh man, she's going to love this. Oh yeah, I quit caffeine. And she said, why? I said, oh, well, I got this book. And she goes, oh, I would never give up caffeine. And I'd be really cross if I didn't have my glass of wine. So I thought, and then there was a guy I worked with. He did the same thing because I like shared the book with him and he quit caffeine too. So then the next time he comes to work and I told him what the doctor said. And the first thing he said is, oh, let's have a cup of coffee. Yes, okay.
Well, my heart doctor basically told me that it would probably be a good idea if I cut out the caffeine. So that's another reason why I did it too. But I noticed that I dropped like a significant amount of weight once like I started doing that.
Really?
So I think it does have, an effect on that.
Huh. Now I put all sorts of I use coconut creamer, all kinds of non-dairy creamer. And then at night I have mochas and I use sugar-free syrup.
Yeah.
But then I put whipped cream on top.
I remember you talking about this.
And Roy can make them too, because at night we come up here now. Do you think we never? I mean, I never did lived here all these years, and I never came upstairs. And the TV upstairs is huge, so we come up and watch Netflix now. I mean, once football season starts, that's over. But we've been doing that, and we take turns going downstairs. Like I'll go down. When it's my turn, I go down, I bring him up his Diet Dr. Pepper, and he'll make me a mocha. And when he makes it, he really lays on the whipped cream. And it's not even whipped cream. It says whipped topping. It's sweet. Who the hell knows what it's probably just a whole bunch. And it says made with real cream on the can, but like
I doubt it.
How much cream? It's probably just a big bunch of chemicals and sugar. I wonder about that, Malinois, because she claims that she wants to lose weight. She certainly, she has all of the problems with being overweight that she acknowledged. Carrying that weight around, carrying it up those stairs.
And she's probably on the insurance where it would be covered, probably. Yeah. My insurance don't cover that stuff, unfortunately. So,
Glenda, the most you'd have to pay anyway, I believe, is $50. And even if you have to pay $50 a month, she'd save $50 in food easily.
Plus, I think with Ozempic and Mounjaro, you have to have diabetes to get that, if I remember right, or to get like the approval.
Remember? The doctor said I have diabetes, but I don't. That's a quote from Glenda.
Yeah.
Doctor said I have diabetes, but I don't. But let me tell you, she wasn't taking that metformin for her health. She wasn't taking it just so she could go shit in the woods. Notice how I always work. I can always work that in. I
love that you tell that story every single time.
It's a good one.
Oh God.
She tells it. She tells it. She makes a video telling the story about how she had to pull over and go shit in the woods, and it was because of taking metformin, even though she didn't have diabetes, even though the doctor told her she did.
Well, I think, yeah, metformin can be taken for like PCOS and like other things like that, but I don't think she has that. I think she, it was for the diabetes is what I think.
She's got, let me tell you, she's got pre-diabetes at the minimum.
Yeah.
I'd like to see an A1C on that heifer.
Oh yeah, I don't think I got to share with y'all. So my liver enzymes were like really high the last time that they were checked. So a couple of months ago I went to the gastro just because my doctor wanted me to like go to one just to kind of see like what they could do. So they checked my numbers again, and ever since I've been losing weight, those numbers have been cut in half. Like I didn't even think that like that would happen that quick, but I guess that just goes to show you that once you start to drop weight, like your numbers will go down.
Yeah. Roy has lost, well, now he's lost like 50 pounds. And
Goodness.
He's off of, I mean, he's off half the medications that he was on.
Right.
They took him off of, he didn't take blood pressure medication anymore. I can't remember. There were several things. He doesn't take anything anymore. I'm the one that has all the pills. Of course, I do have half of mine are supplements, but still take too many. Metformin does affect your bowels.
It does. It affects the gastro system, from what I've heard.
I took it for a while. I don't think I had those problems. But I always tend to have problems the other way. So maybe the metformin just equaled it out. But for a while when, because I was diagnosed with diabetes a long time ago. I mean, probably at least 25 years ago.
So you're type 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. I wasn't sure if I asked you that or not.
And everything that they used to put me on has been taken off the market, which is scary. I mean, I've been on this. There's Avandia was one of them. There was more. Probably you people. There. I know there's diabetics here, and so you're familiar with these. They kept, and then because metformin used to always be an ingredient. It was like I take a Vandamint, which was Avandia and metformin, and then I took something else mint. And then after a while, there wasn't anything to give me that deemed safe. So I was taking just metformin. And then.
Don't you take Jardiance also?
Jardiance, until I got to Jardiance. Yeah.
I hate those commercials.
I take once daily Jardiance.
Listen, as soon as those commercials come on, my roommate mutes the TV.
Yeah, they have a guy now doing the Jardiance song.
Didn't they have like a bird singing it too or something, or like a duck or something?
I think that's on the guy's commercial.
Yeah. I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well.
It's a little pill with a big story to tell.
Take one daily Jardiance.
At each day's start. Pretty soon it was easy to see. I'm lowering my A1C.
I love it.
Oh yes, Jasmine is on a where are you, Libby? She is on a good diet.
I know. I should be doing that anti-inflammatory diet, but I'm having trouble.
Me too. Me too. Uh-oh. Yeah, instead of toilet paper.
Oh.
And I'm sure you can get those from Amazon.
I'm sure I'm
Oh my
you can
God.
get those at Walmart or anywhere on Instacart too.
Carla, I do remember. What an unfortunate name. And then I read the story about how that that was gone in the early 80s when the AIDS crisis happened. And then they're selling this diet candy called AIDS. No, my grandma used to get it, and I'd sneak in there. I ate a bunch of AIDS. I don't know, maybe I had diarrhea, but oh, they were good. They were like chocolate mint. It was
They're
it
kind of
was
like an
candy.
Andes mint is what that sounds like. Oh gosh. We should try to see if Zeus will come up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like that. He loved to poop talk. Boy, he did. A dirty diaper. Boy, he loved to talk about a dirty diaper. Let's see.
I'm missing.
Oh yeah. Cherries, sauerkraut. See, and I'm not good. I know that's good for your gut to eat things like sauerkraut and um, I don't know. There's other things. All the fermented things. But yeah, no.
Right.
Well, I guess I don't mind. I used to get a kraut dog at Der Wiener Schnitzel, but I wouldn't buy sauerkraut or anything.
Right.
Oh no, X-Lax was candy too, but yeah, and I'd sneak into the X-Lax when I was a child too. That was in the refrigerator at my grandma's house. Oh, she's the same grandma that took the AIDS. But I would be real careful because number one, she would notice when it was missing.
Oh wow.
Because there's only so many. The X-Lax was like a little candy bar, but then it was all divided up in squares, and I didn't dare eat a whole square because who knows what would happen. But I'd go in there and take little things, and she'd say, "Hey, some little mouse has been in here, been into my X-Lax." But I did that. But the AIDS, I'd eat several of those at a time, and she didn't know. And they came in a box. It was just like, I mean, it was called candy. It said on the box, diet candy, and they were little chocolates, and there were caramels and stuff, and they even came in a little box like candy, and they were wrapped up. The whole box was just filled with all these little square things that each one was in a little paper wrapper like a candy. Oh yeah, that was good. All right, you people. I'm gonna go. Taylor, you gonna stay?
No, I'm probably gonna have
You
to.
just got here, so well, I'm gonna go and I'll let you say goodbye. You close it down, okay?
All right. And I gotta say
Thank-
bye to everybody because that's my thing. So this is gonna be
Yeah,
a
yeah, you got. But thank you very much, Taylor, for coming
You're
here. And Chuck, uh, earlier on, you told me you were going to come on. So you got some splaining to do.
yeah.
And yeah, you're going to pay for this. Oh, yeah, you'll pay.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you,
You're
everybody,
welcome.
for being here. Thanks, Taylor.
You're
Bye.
welcome.
Bye. Let's see, how do I do?
Okay. Whoa, my face got big there for a second. I apologize. So yeah, I think I am gonna go though, guys, because it is getting late. It's actually 9 o'clock my time, like 9:27. So I'm gonna head out, but it was fun hanging out with y'all. So I'm gonna try to say bye to everybody, but I know I'm probably gonna miss some people, so I apologize. By Malinois, by Just Me, by June 27th, by Tammy M, by Mitz, by Robert Gray, by Feline, by Pixie Dust, by Carla, by Sue, by Just Me. I don't remember if I said you. by Judy, by Rebecca, by Wheel, because he was here earlier, by Tiffany, by Donna, by Mike, by Crazy Horse, my favorite, by Carla, by my let's see who else, by Avalon, by Mike, I don't remember if I said by Smugly Dismissed, by Nanny, by Martin, by Claudia, by Janice, by Jean, let's see, by Brenda, by Peaches, by Robin, let's see, by Ivy, by Sherry, by B-Boys, by Lyle, by Daisy Doo, by Carol, by Betty Boop, by Brad 57, excuse me, by Sunset, by Head, by Eddie, I think I covered pretty much everybody. By Glenda, by Rose, I think I pretty much covered it all, but I will talk to y'all later. Bye.